First item on the agenda is to review and approve the minutes from the August 4th meeting.
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the Frank Trust Drain reconstruction hearing continued. So Jimmy, start with this first, or you want to
I would
start?
just say that basically our meeting, from the way the findings in order and the meeting ended up, was we were going to have a continued or adjourn the hearing. So we could discuss the box, because we were gonna go out and review the box and to take bids on the project. So we've gone out and looked at the box, and the box will not work for the tile that we're going to put in. So that's going to be eliminated and done according to the plans. And then the bids were taken. I didn't bring a date on that.
The
Bids were taken and received for the reconstruction of the project. And then basically Taylor Smith was the low bid. And the board has acted accordingly. So at this time, I'm gonna turn it back over to Tyler if he wants to open it up.
So on April 21st, I guess that was when the Wabash County Drainage Board adjourned the hearing of the reconstruction. And then we'll take the reconstruction for August 18th. So the continued hearing notice with amended estimate costs were mailed out on August 7th to everybody. After reviewing the additional information provided and considering any and all objections and evidence properly presented, the Drainage Board determined the following. Jimmy, go through
So
that
that's
list.
what you're going to do after
Yeah,
if they have any additional comments.
so we'll open it up for any additional comments.
Well, I'll start. When the letter came, I thought it's still higher than I thought it would be. And so I'm wondering if you would take us through the cost. What is the bid? I do understand there was an engineering cost earlier of 1,800, but how did we arrive at the figure we have today? Because it's still higher than I was hoping.
So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. We've dropped it down from, what was the original, $451.75 an acre with a $400 minimum to $272 an acre with a $250 minimum. So those were amounts that were reduced by the board, or well, by the costs that we've received. The engineering, I told you there was additional, we already had additional billings that were coming in. So at the hearing, so right now the estimate for the engineering is 5,500, which had to do with doing some reviewing from what had been asked to be looked at. Advertising 75, bank loan 15,000, and then because we were looking at doing assessments now, I can add 10% on to the total cost. So that made a total of $96,937.50. So the 10% added on is for any, like if you run into any problems out in the field that weren't accounted for, then we've got some funding there to take care of that.
So how much was the bid?
67,550.
And engineering was 5,500, so that's way beyond the 1,800 we heard last time.
What you've seen last time was what we had, we were asked what we had spent so far.
Right.
And I said there was additional billings coming in because they don't bill us right away.
We didn't stop engineering costs.
We already had some things in place, and the board said that day that they were gonna continue with the engineering that we had in place for the project. After that, it's been stopped.
Okay, so we have 67,550 and 5,500 for engineering and the bank loan.
15.
Could you go through the bank loan for me? Could you please review that 15, how you're driving at that?
I actually contacted the bank and gave them the amount that we were looking at, and they gave me what the interest could be. I can't actually tell you exactly what it is until we sign a contract with the bank.
What interest rate are they charging?
Pardon?
What's their interest rate?
Oh, I didn't bring that with me.
That seems high.
And Everything's high anymore these days.
Yeah, and it was just based on 80,900 is what it was based on
Over what time frame?
over 5 years.
And what's the 10%? Not sure what the 10% is.
According to Indiana code, we take all the expenses and I can add 10% onto that. And that's for any undue, like if we have extra laterals, I know one that we accounted for like 10 laterals and we ended up with 28. Well, we had to pay the contractor that difference. So that's kind of what those expenses are for, or anything else we might find out in the field.
So would that 10% be credited back?
It will go back if we, any money that, if we collect it first, the funding first, then any money that we have over the project will go into your account. It's not credited back to the person, it's credited into your maintenance of
Okay.
that ditch.
So my question is, on the original 67,500, and I figured 1,800 for engineering, because that's what I thought we were gonna stop some engineering.
No.
And I gave you another 700, that's $70,000, I thought what this project would be. The interest I used, because I would assume you would know what interest is that you're getting when you call a bank, but I gave you 6.5%, which I would assume the
That's
county.
high.
Sure, I said I gave you 6.5, I assume the county would get a better price than 6.5. On a 3-year
Right
note,
now.
on a 3-year note,
Mhm.
not 5,
Well, we have to do 5,
sure, this is just my example. Total interest is only $7,000.
but we have to do
So you're
5,
almost,
and we're
Sure.
looking at 80,000.
but my point being, you're like twice as high on everything as what. Is what the numbers that I ran through show. I don't understand where you're so high on everything. If you're saying 80, then.
80,900 is what I asked for, because I have to do this ahead of time and I have to go to drainage board, they have to fill out paperwork. I have to go to the council and get approval
Okay,
for
so
this.
I understand that. So you're saying the number's 80,900, not what I got in the mail at 96,972.
Correct, because I can't get a loan for the pay back the loan.
I understand.
So I
I'm
have
just
to take the
curious
loan
what
amount
number,
out.
what number am I gonna pay? So I owe 36% of this ditch. So
Right,
my question is, do I owe 36% of 80,900? Or do I owe 36% of 96? Because you're telling me there's two different numbers out.
it's the way I have to do the loan.
I understand that. I'm not asking about the loan. We're not to that point yet.
You're paying 90, your percentage is 96 of the 96,900 and however that calculated out.
Then what's the 89,900?
That's what I have to take the bank loan out for.
Okay. So walk me through these numbers again, because I guess I'm not understanding.
89,000 is before the 10% that you said had to be added on for unexpected expenses.
You can shake your head. I guess you're gonna have to talk slower to me because I don't understand. You can shake your head and get mad. But
I'm
you're
not
gonna go
mad.
through these numbers with me. So the ditching is 67,500. Is that the correct number?
550,
From Smith. 67,500.
550, because you want exact numbers.
Yep. 5,000 for engineering.
5,500.
So then you add 10% to that. Is that correct?
No, I have $75 for the advertising.
Okay.
Because we have to advertise.
What is that number?
All of that comes up to what, 80,000
900.
or not quite 900. We always ask for more than what we anticipate, but if we don't use that money, the bank doesn't charge us for that. I'm only getting, when I do this, we have to ask for so much money, okay? I want to ask for more because I don't want to have to go back and do all this process again, which costs money. So then I ask for what I think I'm going to need from the bank loan. When we get a bill in, that's when we get the money from the bank. I don't get this full 80,900. I only turn in invoices to the bank to get paid.
So my original question on 80,900, which is what you're telling me that is the cost of the ditch. Without the bank expense, right? We're back to that number. We asked you originally at the first meeting if we wanted to pay this in the fall and not accrue the interest. Was that a possibility on our end? So my question is, if I choose to do that this fall, am I paying off the 80,900, which is the expense of the, then why would I pay the 96 if I'm not paying interest?
Because I don't know you're gonna pay it.
My point, I'm asking you.
You're
Donna, you need to
96,000,
know.
you're right now, I have to do estimated based on the cost and any additional expenses that I feel we need to have. It's gotta be hot. My estimate has to be hot. Right now, we're back down to what we've got some exact cost.
Mhm.
Indiana code allows me to add 10% to that cost. If I'm gonna do the assessments ahead of time. Generally, I don't do these assessments until after we have all of our bills in. Then I calculate the assessments based on the actual cost of the project. And that's what you're assessed for. You're wanting to pay ahead. So I have to bring in all these percentages and everything to calculate for that. Because I don't know what the exact total to the penny is going to be until the project's done.
I understand.
No, you don't. Because 96,000 is what we're estimating right now it's going to be.
Mhm.
Okay, if you don't want to pay, if you want to pay up front and you don't want to pay for that bank loan, then we'll have to estimate what the cost is going to be without the bank loan. Until I sign that contract with the bank, I don't know exactly what that's going to be. And if I don't know when you're going to pay, we were talking about that at another meeting and we said, well, maybe we should set a date if they want to pay ahead of time. So I need to know, I've had this happen to me before. Somebody said, I'm going to pay up front. I'm going to pay it all. So I calculated my bank loan interest down. Then they didn't pay it. So then I'm hurting because of that. You may be the most honest person and tell me, yes, I'm going to do that. But until it's in my hands or the county's hands, I can't assume that it's going to be there. So I don't know if the Drainage Board has anything to add to that.
The only thing is, we still, because of this, we still need to also. There's a lot of things going on at the state level that are requiring different things of the counties to do. And so one of the things I believe we have to do is get with our auditor as well as our treasurer. And see if they are in agreement that we can take those, am I right? That we can take those payments in advance because it does apply more work to Sherry's office to be able to get everything done. And like she was saying, we talked about maybe to help you all, that we put a date. This is August. We give you 30 days to pay your portion and then that way that's in before she has to apply for the loan because of people that have in the past said that they were going to pay. And then for whatever reason, you know, it could have been a family member got sick and the money needed to go a different direction, whatever it was, they didn't make that payment. It may have been that they intended to, but they didn't. And then that puts the county in a bad spot because now we've either got to go back and get more money or you have to do something different. So once we find that out, we can let you know how we can handle that.
That was asked the last meeting, why hadn't you already done that?
I have talked to the State Board of Accounts and I've got
Answered.
answers back from the State Board of Accounts. But we still need to do a little bit of work here on our end. And I don't, it's not anything that's in the code.
Government's.
You're asking for something that we've never done.
Okay.
You're asking for something that's not backed by Indiana code. We could get slapped on the hand by the State Board of Accounts for doing this.
So I got another question for you that I guess I don't understand because I have never done this working with you. So you're gonna charge the 10% over, and if that money isn't spent, it goes into our fund, correct? So why
Correct.
is our maintenance fee going up? Since you're already calculating the 10% over.
Well, what if we use the 10%?
Okay, so that goes back to my original question. I helped one of the people put in a bid. That bid, once you put it out, is your bid, you do the job and you're going to do what is said. That is the bid, correct? That's what you put this
But you
200
have
pad.
additional things that may come up that aren't a part of that bid.
Can you elaborate? Because it's a county ditch. You should have, all the laterals are there and are marked on a map that I gave you. I gave you that map. Don't throw your hands up. I brought you in the drainage map. of every lateral that's hooked into that main.
I can say this, that you say you have a map that has it, right? That has all the laterals, every single one. You don't think there'll be one that could be before that map? I'm just asking a question. That's a yes or no. Do you think it's possible?
There's not, because
Okay.
the ditch runs through Lee, he's not done any ditching, the only laterals have been put in by me. And that's on my property.
Okay.
And Lee has not put in any laterals since I've lived there for 30 years. JD hasn't put in any laterals. There's nobody that's put in any laterals.
So
Yes.
60 years ago, 70 years ago, that you
Nope.
don't think could have been done? That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility in every project to
My
find something.
point is, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying by any means, but 10% of this is $8,000. I can hook in an 8-inch lateral for probably less than $400. So the 10%, and I know you have to charge it, but it goes back to, if we're charging the 10% and it goes into our fund, then why are we also getting a higher rate when this is done? That doesn't make sense to me, because the 10% should build that back up.
I know. When was the last time the rate was
A
changed?
long time.
40 years ago?
Understand?
So that's why we've been raising every one of them. It's not just been yours in general, it's every one, because some of them haven't been raised since 1970.
What's the amount of money, you can have in that fund? Before you said you stop it?
4 times the balance, the yearly balance.
So what is that one?
If it hits that cap, then,
I don't know what it's at right
then
now.
they'll keep,
That's my point, what is that number?
Maintenance.
I'm not sure what the maintenance is.
The new maintenance is 5,868.23.
So
So 4
10%.
times that amount.
20,
10% of 96,000 is $9,600. That's going to go into this account. So that
And we
well
will-
exceeds the maintenance, so it should not come off of my taxes going forward.
Well, my 10% is 8,000. Yeah, 8,812.
So we're back to the 8,900,
So,
not the 96,000.
No, you're not.
And if the maintenance balance does exceed 4 times the annual amount.
We
what
shut it
happens to
off.
Those funds, you shut it off, or
Yes.
do we get any refund? rebate?
No, it just lays in that account till we
Okay.
use it.
So it stays at that excess
Mhm.
balance for,
Yes,
but you continue to collect from us.
not
no,
when we shut it off.
once it hits that cap,
That's
it
what you mean
stops.
by saying shut it
Yeah.
off. Okay.
Every maintenance fund is that way. If it hits the cap, they stop drawing from everybody in the watershed.
so do we have a schedule as to when they're doing maintenance on the ditches?
You
The
never,
spraying, the cleaning it up?
we spray every other year on it. When, as far as dipping it, we go in and we check and see if we feel like there's anything that's, any blockages and things like that to dip it. It's not on a 5-year or 10-year rotation for that. It's just as needed. Holes, if there's any other holes out there in the field for maintaining like tile, we'll go out and repair those.
Okay.
And you also, if you're not changing the size of the tile any, you can do bigger stretches of tile through maintenance.
Okay, what about leftover stuff that you had that are sitting on my property from somebody who's worked on the ditch before?
Well, the dredging,
Oh, the spoil,
The spoils,
yeah.
That's-
They've
that was
never-
done years
They've never
now.
really done anything to smooth that
Yeah,
out. so
they're-
it's
I
just
still have
been-
pipes, I have pipes,
Oh,
I have tile.
I don't know
I-
where the
I-
tile came from. It's
If-
not from
if-
anything that I've done. Any
Well,
work with.
Whoever owns the ditches, that belongs to them, whoever put the ditch in.
I have no idea where the tile came from.
Mhm.
I can't answer
So
that.
does that become my
Down by
property?
the culvert,
Well, it's on the side.
it's
Is that-
definitely from when it was installed.
That would have been many years ago.
It's
Yeah.
just old clay
Like in
tiles. so
Yeah,
70s.
because we haven't used
old clay-
clay tile for a long time.
Are all engineering and all your bills in, is $5,000 the number?
For engineering, I think so. I haven't actually called the engineering company to make sure, but I'm pretty sure.
If this ditch goes ahead and we do decide to pay ahead by a date, is there a reduction on what I see on my paper?
Just the interest will be taken out. And I've kind of calculated roughly what that could be. So like. Yours, no, that's on another one I did. Yours would go from 9,000 to 8,233.
8233.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's really an estimate at this point till I get the bank loan stuff. Cause if the bank loan is less than what I've got, then it'll be less. Pardon?
That's you said the interest was, that's Downey's percentage, is that what,
Pardon?
is that Downey's percentage is what you?
Downey's is the 8,000, what it
Okay.
would drop to.
Okay, so do you have each owner's?
Not all of them, I just calculated some that had questioned it the last time.
So do all of the owners have to come up with cash in the fall if we would agree to that, or you're saying that?
If you want to, the drainage board has talked and we need to double check with them and make sure they're still wanting to do this, but they'll set a date and that check has to be in by that date.
Okay, and it has to be all of us.
And then we would have to give you, when you tell us, say, hey, I want to do this, you call and we'll get that taken care of, but I can't do my
I don't
bank.
think-
I think
so
she's
I have-
asking, do all of
I
it.
don't know.
So
Not
so
everybody.
If
You just, our bank loan would just get smaller.
Right, if they can't,
That's.
Then you can do the loan, they can do, but we need to know in advance so she knows
Right,
how to go to the bank with what.
right.
I guess we would
And
need
then
to know roughly what our
If you
expenditure.
don't, yeah, and that's gonna be a little bit more difficult because I don't know how to figure the bank loan until I know who's gonna do this.
But if you do that, you don't need a bank loan.
No, we,
No, but not everybody's gonna wanna do this.
Oh, okay.
So I still have to have, like, say Lee Smith, say he wants to do, leave the loan in there, but he wants to pay it over 5 years. So he has that option. He
Or
can-
his option to pay up front
Yeah,
and not pay the interest, but we still get, if we got 100%, that'd be great, but I don't see that happening.
So wouldn't the number be the 67.5 plus your 5,000 engineering plus 10%? I mean,
mhm.
that's not that hard to figure, right? If that's your
Well-
three numbers?
I just don't, we don't know who's gonna pay.
No, no one's asking who's paying. I'm saying to calculate what the ditch is gonna cost is 67.5 plus your 5,000 now
Yes,
for
you're
engineering.
correct.
Yeah, ratio it out per.
And then you take that times your percentage, right? Isn't that roughly going to be what your percentage is?
If we do not have any bank loan, then that's what it's gonna be.
And then you're prepaying your 10% irregardless.
We're still gonna do the 10%. That's per code and,
That's to save you.
well, not me, it's to
Well,
save
yeah.
him. Because we'd have to have another hearing, try to get money back in. I don't have a magic fund to pay bills that aren't paid.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I'm the one who brought this in. We have fixed all the holes on Smith's this spring, the big ones. There is no holes on me, and personally, I'm more than happy to spend 67,500. Cause that's what I said originally in April it would be, and you said it couldn't be. And that's shockingly where the bid came in at. I think the extra 20-some thousand is ridiculous, and I do not agree to go forward with this. I do not want this ditch put in, and we will, the people on this side can figure something else out. I am absolutely opposed to this. I think that is outrageous, that we're gonna spend an extra $29,000 for a ditch that only cost 67,500.
But the contractors that you were saying was gonna be so much cheaper are the
Were they not?
ones the highest.
No, you said bring me two bids. I brought in McCain.
I didn't tell you to bring in any
You said you
bid.
have
You
to have
said
two
you were
bids.
going to bring in
Okay,
bids.
great, let's talk about this. The other one I brought you in was new houses. They were $3,000 higher.
6.
He's got the
I
bids.
got the
in
bids
front of
right
me.
here, 73,402
Okay,
to the 67,550.
so when they bid on that, they bid on state aids. Was what it was in the bid packet, which you said they had to have. State aids are commercial aids on state projects, and we came in and asked you. State aids are 3 times as much as commercial aids. There's no reason, this is not a state project. We came in and asked you, and you said.
You got an addendum. All
You said-
contractors got the
Yep,
same
and
addendum.
you said, we'll figure that out after we get the bids, which means other people are gonna get a different stone to be able
No.
to put in. New houses bid on state aids, because that's what they were told in the bid package.
But did they they signed off that they got the addendums too?
Correct, but their bid was done, because I helped them do it,
Well,
and their bid represents the state aids. So that is the bid I brought in. And then when you read the bids, I asked for it to please be done with an excavator. Eads's was $500 more with a wheel. He did not bid on state aids. He told me, it was not commercial state aids. So there's your difference in your bids.
Well,
Because
they
you
went
put
by
an
the
addendum in
addendum.
because I came in and asked you about it. And you said, oh, well, the engineer said we need state aids. And I said, this is not a state
I said,
project.
that's the way they spec'd it with state aids, and I said, I will talk to them. And they will send out an addendum if they feel it's necessary.
Correct.
Addendums were sent out.
Right.
And right now, I feel like you're just wanting to argue.
I'm not arguing.
A lot of
Arguing
things
at all.
was done.
I'm trying to remain calm. I'm not arguing. I'm yet to raise my voice. You can get mad.
I
That's fine. I'm just trying to point
just
out,
feel like we're hashing out things that,
no, I'm trying to hash out.
Has already been
Everybody
taken
knows
care of.
we're on the same page. Like, the bid was put out with state aids. That does affect the bids. Then you changed it. So Smith is cheaper, but is he using state aids or is he gonna let him off with lower grade?
whatever the addendum said.
Fine. Again, I personally do not want to see this go forward. I think it's too high and I think it's an extra 30,000 and we will fix holes and we'll figure it out on that end. If we are the one, I guess I'm speaking for me, the rest of them can decide what they want to do. But on our end, if we're the ones that control this ditch,
You don't. The drainage board controls it.
Or-
It's under drainage board control because it's a county regulated drain. The drainage board has to look at all the objections, they have to look at all the facts, and then they base the decision.
fine. But isn't it, I mean, it's taxpayer money, and I'm asking you, at least for my vote, my 36%, that this is too high. And it's just started out wrong, and we need to step back from it.
It's only gonna get higher. If you have to go to replace it, it's only gonna get higher. It's only gonna get worse.
In your opinion,
No, that's 100%
It's
fact.
happened to us.
It's happened. I mean, it's just gonna get worse. And so you're speaking for everybody in the group.
no, I said, for me.
I know, but you're wanting to cancel it,
Absolutely.
right?
I do.
Yeah.
I think this extra, basically 37% is too high. And you can say this or that, but you can say it's gonna get higher.
It's
Pipe
gonna
goes
get
up
higher.
now. Okay,
Pipe costs more. Bids are gonna come in higher. Things are gonna happen. It always does in projects. That's why we're paying on bridge projects like $1 million more for them because of inflation. It's gonna happen. It's gonna get worse.
And you're also making a decision. I mean, this is Downey's outlet.
I'm not speaking for Down. I never said a
Yes.
word about that.
Well,
I
you-
said, in my opinion.
I'm just pointing out a fact.
Well, Lee's at his mom's funeral. He also told me the same. He has 27%. He's opposed of it as well. I can call him. So that's, over 60% of the people paying are against this. I think it's too high.
But you're basing your, I mean, the actual evidence that you've asked to come in is for bids and for the box. You're basing your decision on the objections that were received at the very beginning.
Downey's are okay with canceling. We have done work at our end earlier. We
But-
are kind of the old fashioned, you can patch.
You can't,
This has
Certified
already
canceling.
cost the county though $5,500 just in trying to get a solution for you all. So
This
we've
is
already
not the way
got
we
stuff
do it usually.
expensive.
So this is something totally different.
Our increased maintenance fee will cover that cost, it sounds like. So that
No.
shouldn't be an issue.
It doesn't.
In theory, if the work that they have performed, is it theoretical that it could reduce the actual quotes that have been given because they have taken steps to, amp up their.
No, because you're-
as it
It's
is.
a replacement, so.
you're replacing it with a larger tile. That cannot be done through maintenance. That's Indiana code. It's a reconstruction project.
So the meeting is more of a courtesy to the owners of the property, just to be informative for us and not really allow us to help make any decisions.
There's some cases, yes, it has been back and forth. I mean, we might change a direction, we might change maybe how something's put together. But when you look at that, we're responsible for keeping that drain up.
Is it theoretical? I don't know. I would like to see overhead photos to see the improvements in the drainage of the land that is out there. Based on the improvements that have been done, and I don't know if that's feasible or not, but
I know.
again, we're talking about delaying. If that would be the case for a couple of years to see if there's been improvements.
I know that when we were out there, more than a couple times, but there was a lot of holes out through the field. And it's like they're not following the same path. So I don't know what some of these holes are, and I can see your face, but yes, Braden was out there too. And there was a lot of different directions on holes out there. I don't know whether they're suck holes, I don't know whether they're an old tile that was just abandoned. It's just a cleanup too, but this is a responsibility of the drainage board. They're following the code and so am I, that as we're to do. Addendums were sent out for any questions. That raised the expense with the engineer too, because we had contractors contacting our engineer, asking questions, and addendums were sent out because of that. That was an extra expense. Also added into this, because the engineer is that's time from them to create these addendums with questions. I don't have a county engineer that's going to just answer all these questions sometimes when they come in. But this is a regulated drain, and you can vacate your regulated drain, but we're kind of past that at this point. And there are criteria for that too. If there's a county road involved, if there's other people involved. If the ditch ran totally through your property and it didn't really affect anybody else as an outlet, then it's easy to vacate. But being that our hearing is already pretty much through, the maintenance has already been accepted. But to upsize this ditch as it should be according to standards today, it has to be a reconstruction.
You're saying no matter what, it's going to go ahead.
That's up to them.
I've been dealing with ditches my entire life. None of ours, except for this one, has been county ditches.
Mhm.
So I've learned as well.
Mhm.
I walk that line extensively all by myself. I know how water works and how it trickles. I know how you get what I call hiccuping that makes the holes because they can't get air to get out.
Mhm.
I understand all that, but I also know how the life of tiles work. And there's still a lot of life left in that tile. Does it need to be changed? Yes, probably along with about every ditch has been put in since 1900. But the cost of doing this sometimes supersedes the reality of how quickly it has to be done. I saw nothing out there that couldn't be repaired and fixed, and I've done multiple times, far worse than what that one is. And I personally don't care which way you go. I realize that you had expenses, and if they decide not to go, I think we should be obligated, I haven't talked to anybody about this, to each of us per acre pay for your cost of that $5,000 or whatever that fee is. If they want to not go ahead to make a decision to go at a later date when we have cooler heads and cooler thinking. You're probably right that it needs to be done, but I personally don't think it's that essential right now to go ahead with it. So on behalf of my wife, I don't see any benefit for us until something just totally breaks down. And so I'm saying, I think you maybe want to reconsider whether this is just kind of going haywire and we need to rethink it. I do think you should be reimbursed for your expenses on our behalf. And that's where I'm at it. And I appreciate all of the hours you've been in on it.
And if we did that, we would have to turn around and redo the engineer.
So the contractor's already purchased the tile for the project.
But I didn't.
The contractor, the contractor has already purchased the tile, so it's not only
Seriously,
us.
you already purchased it this.
He
far?
has to set his price
And.
When
yeah,
when we got the quotes in and we accepted it at the last meeting,
That's what,
So you've already approved it in
So-
essence.
yes,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
I
What
don't,
do people think?
I don't
think we should
like-
stop.
I don't like to do
What do you
bids
guys
ahead of
think back
time.
there?
Well, we're a drop in the bucket compared to what
You guys are part of it.
And we are too. I have no preference, frankly. I don't wanna spend money, I'll put it that way.
Nobody
Yeah,
does.
we've spent a pot load of money ditching the rest of the ponds, and this is just a little fraction that comes across the back
That's-
end behind the creek.
Another thing I wanted to bring up too is the fact that you guys have done some new ditching out there that actually comes into this tile. In some points is what Matt had said.
It comes in on my property.
None of that tile that we did goes
Okay.
into this tile.
That was one thing you asked about, cause you came in and you wanted Eads to replace our tile because they were out there doing ditching. Cause I even talked to Tad
Yep.
about that,
Yep.
and one of the things you wanted was you said it needs to be a 21, at least a 21-inch tile. So that's
want it-
kind of
I
what
want it
got
over
the
there.
ball rolling. So then we go out and we see all the holes out there. So then we're like, okay, this ditch needs to be classified as in need of reconstruction. Because tile size that we have today is not going to help with any of your drainage, or the new tile that you've put in. Because we don't want anything backed up and causing blowouts and issues with anything else that's been put in. That's kind of what started it,
None of their tile goes that way.
okay?
No, I made that very clear.
I can say, I can agree with you. Would it be smarter when Eads was out there to keep going? Absolutely.
But they-
Is that the way government works? Absolutely not.
But I
And
also.
I don't
talked
like
to-
it.
I
but-
talked to Tad and he said he wouldn't have had time to have done it then anyway. It would have been a year, which is we're coming up this fall.
Yeah. I can say this, if you would take this in most any other counties. The way this is going, no other county does it this way, and it's never gonna be this cheap. The way you guys are talking. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I've been in projects my whole life. They never get cheaper as the years go on, not a single one. Pipe doesn't get cheaper. Structures don't get cheaper. People raise their rates for putting the pipe in the ground. It's getting more expensive every year. It's only gonna compound as the years go on. I don't like the way government works. I think that's kind of why I got in government, to try to change it, but it doesn't work that way. Especially in a project like this. We have steps that we have to follow. If we don't, we get sued, which we're in one right now.
We won.
We won. Okay,
How much money are you out right now on this bid for what's been purchased in the bid?
I would have to talk to
Well,
Taylor.
give me a just shotgun.
Oh. What's his price on this?
We talking $1,000?
Well, you won't have that because that's.
55,000 looks like
But
for
we would have to
24-inch
This
dual.
includes this.
That's installed. No, Smith
We
excavating.
have to rehire the engineer to redo all of this 5 years down the road if that's what we did.
If they
I-
wait
We would have
5
to pay
years,
that all
yes,
over again.
because the plans only go for 5 years.
How much is it, you know, just stick with the price.
That's no easier in as well.
Because if they went that way, and I know it's not like building a personal house, this is what county ditches do. But it's the only way it can work.
Just doesn't seem right that we're stuck because tile has been purchased before this meeting.
Well, the reason that was because we wanted to get that, they accepted the bid. Once they did that, they did that because we wanted to get this project done as soon as the crop
Well, they-
was out, so it
To
was
lock
finished.
in.
They
this
locked
year,
their
so we were
price up for
locking
pipe
everything in.
because it's gonna go up. So I keep saying it's gonna keep going up.
So did you already cut a check to Smith?
No.
No. Doesn't mean he couldn't use it somewhere else. I don't disagree with that. That's where you're going, but
No, my point is, he called Fratco and said that he locked in a quote. He did not cut a check. If you have not cut him a check, he did not cut a check for the pipe. That's my point.
Not necessarily, because Taylor's done that with us before.
Sure,
He waits till the project's done before he bills us.
understand. What I'm saying is I was shocked.
yeah.
He's holding his money because Fratco won't require him to cut a check. Like he calls Fratco and says, hey, I'm gonna do this project. Sure, they'll lock in his pipe. He physically has not wrote a check. So to say he bought the pipe is kind of a gray area because it's specified in the pipe. He has not taken possession and he has not paid for it.
But
I mean, we don't know that for sure, but
But
I'm
do-
pretty sure he's not taking possession because why would he dump it somewhere else to move those sticks? That makes no
by
sense.
doing the bids, I know every contractor I've ever talked about or talked to, hates bidding prior to project being totally approved.
Right.
Because it's not fair to them, because they're getting prices that may not be locked in. Their prices may go up as they bid them. Different things like that that happen to them, that's not really fair to them, and we don't do this very often.
No, I understand all that, but my point being, he really hasn't bought the pipe.
Okay, but you might have a
So-
restocking fee.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Again, which we're saying, if we need to cover that and the engineering, because whether we do this now or in 3 years, your engineering plans aren't gonna change. That's
Your
what I'm
engineer's
saying.
plans are only good for 5 years.
Sure. It gives us
If
a
you guys
5-year
wait
window.
5 years and then say you wanna reconstruct it, then we start all over with engineering.
Point being, that's a 5-year window. That's what we're saying. Like, we just don't like how this was handled on this end. And we would like everybody just to take a step back and look at this. Like, that's what we're asking for. And if I need to call Peanut and have this conversation, I'll call him. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm guessing he has not wrote a check for the pipe. Will he be upset because construction's pretty slow right now and that's why he did it this cheap? Probably. But I'm guessing that, he'll do it in 3 years, 4 years, whatever. he
Well,
wants.
you'll rebid it.
I understand that,
Yeah,
but my point being, I don't think the can's kicked as far down the road as you wanna lead on. We're asking for step back, let's look at it. When I fix the tile, yes, there's holes. Did I want it fixed? Absolutely. Can we patch it up? Cause I was the one down there doing it. Is the tile clean? It is. Does it have a lot of pressure on it? It absolutely does. But again, I was not expecting 30% over what the
So
cost is.
you want to go in and keep maintaining this as it is with being clay, pressure. Back pressure is gonna blow it in pretty easy.
There is back pressure.
Basically, you wanna do that, you wanna spend all this maintenance money for that, and then in 5 years, you wanna come in and rip it out and reconstruct
When's
it.
the last time I brought you in a bill for any
Well,
repairs? I'm just asking.
You
Just
don't
answer my
have
question.
to, but I'm just saying,
I know.
what's been your expenses on it?
Okay, it doesn't matter. You said you wanna pay out of maintenance. When is the last time I have ever turned you a bill in for maintenance on that ditch?
I don't have that in front of me, but I
One
don't
time.
know that it's been very much.
One time.
But that's not really
That
fair.
is the point. I continue to fix it and you
Yeah.
charge any of these people. And you said you're.
But you really aren't supposed to be doing that without a work order, even though you're doing it yourself.
She's right.
You're supposed to be doing a work order
Okay,
because
yeah.
we need to know what's.
that way
going
we
on.
can keep it logged, so we know and we have records.
I will bring in a work order. I'm just saying, if I see a ditch hole, I fix it. I'm sorry, I guess.
Right,
I'm trying to do right on my part, but
but you're not doing it
How
according
much
to
is
law.
that gonna cost you, Matt, over the period of years to keep filling up these holes instead of just getting it done? I'm just asking.
we're not filling up the holes.
I get
Repair
it,
it.
fixing the pair, but how much is that gonna cost you to do?
It's not gonna cost
Over
me
the
the
next 5
30%
years.
over what I think this is.
But what if,
That's
I
my
mean,
answer, and I'm not trying to.
I haven't found anything that's went down in my life. We bought our farm in
Sure.
1985. And nothing has gotten cheaper, and I'm gonna be in your seat probably in the next couple years.
I would just.
Do I like this idea? No, but I'm gonna have to pay it because I'm losing acreage in the creek
Sure.
every year.
I don't disagree, labor goes up. Maybe the equipment to put it in goes up, well, probably disagree with that, depends on if the farm economy stays where it's at. And Eads aren't ditching as much, or Peanut's not doing construction work, they get hungry, their bids come down. And that's the way life works. Tile follows fuel, and fuel's coming down. So to tell me pipe's not coming down,
When did fuel start coming down?
what did you pay for fuel 2 years ago, Tyler? What'd you pay for gas? at the
I
pump 2
paid
years
like
ago?
360 2 years ago. It's still like 340, 350.
Diesel fuel was like 5.25 2 years ago.
I'm talking about regular, not diesel,
Okay,
sorry.
well, I formed diesel and my transport loads of diesel was like 280. So fuel's come down quite a bit.
Good.
So my expenses are coming down
Yeah.
and pipe will follow diesel fuel. So fuel will bring pipe down. Will it get to this level? I don't know. Will interest come down in 5 years? I don't know. I don't have a silver ball with that. But
Well, we don't either. That's what we're saying, but we're gonna kick
estimating.
but we're gonna guess it's going to. That's
That's
what,
what it is, we just, again, I'm gonna say me. And other people, I think JD's saying the same thing, we just feel like this has gotten way overpriced. So if we need to pay engineering and update maintenance, then let's go down that road. But this project has gotten way higher than it needs to be. So we're asking the drainage board to step back from this drain.
We have to go by the bids that are submitted to us, Matt. We can't hope that or think that we know where it is. We put it out for bid and we gotta go with what's turned into us. And the low bid was 67.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying to walk away from bid.
From,
What's the cancellation on the? what's
From
your
McCain
cancellation?
at 99,000.
What's that?
McCain was at
I
99,000.
got all the bids as well.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying, that's the highest bid. I mean,
Yeah, I understand that. My point is, what is?
they wouldn't have a blowout and prices didn't go down, and then your project 4 years from now is 99,000. And now all you guys are gonna pay more money because you wanted to kick the can down the road. It needs done.
But in theory, isn't that not our choice? If we're the ones paying it, if we choose to
you're the
kick the
one
can.
under overseeing.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just asking. I mean,
Yeah,
if
no.
we're the ones paying the maintenance, so I mean, again, it goes back to if we're the ones willing to take that gamble, or we're the ones willing to do that, is it not ours to I mean, I understand it's your county
yeah.
ditch, I understand all that, but if it's the group of people that are paying it,
I-
can't we kind of have some input and say, we choose to kick the can down the road?
Sure.
And we will take the consequences, and everybody can say their own opinion, but if JD Downey says, I'm willing to take that consequence, and I do, and the Smith and Stewart's, I'll put you all in front.
There you go.
But if everybody's like, hey, and Lee says the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we're willing to take the can down the road, and if it's our penalty, then we'll accept that in 5 years or 2 years. If we blow this thing out, and Matt White was tired of fixing tile holes, and he comes to me and says, damn it, we're gonna fix this thing, then we're gonna fix it, and then it may be
Well-
$200,000.
And you could also give a gift in 2 or 3 years and say, I wanna pay the whole thing.
I could also do a big gift and we'll get it out of the county ditch.
Well, that's, yeah. You can't,
Do a lot of favors, Sherry.
you can't.
Did you
Just
have?
do it that way.
I just, the only reason I say price is going up, and then this happened, I don't know, 3 or 4 months
We
ago in council, but a different project of sorts. Was our stuff for the software down in the assessor's office. Last year they bid it, it was 400,000. They got the bids this year. They were over $500,000. Went up $100,000.
I don't.
And there was nothing that changed, like that price
I'm
didn't.
arguing the labor is gonna continue. I'm not arguing.
I just, and it's, you kick the can farther down the road, it's, and if you're willing to take it,
I'm willing to,
And-
I'm speaking strictly on my vote of the 36%. I would rather kick it down the road.
I know,
So that's a big decision.
we sure do.
We sure do.
Do you know how many landowners?
Oh, I started counting and then I stopped. Another question came in. I missed the wrong one.
So you guys are saying you're willing to pay restocking fees,
Engineering,
engineering fees, well, restocking for.
if the pipe,
if the
that's a
pipe-
different
if the
story.
pipe- But
He's just specified for the, I will bet.
I'm just saying, if there is a
Totally
price,
wrong, But I would be shocked if Peanut paid. for
you're
any of the
kicking the
price.
can down the road as a
Different
business owner.
They own several.
If you
different
purchase
pieces.
something,
so 10,
Sure,
you
if Fresco
usually-
charges him with the.
I mean, if you've ordered it, most of the time these days, because these contracts are coming and going, most of the time they're getting charged a fee to restock it. So if he's already done
we
that,
do it in batteries.
you-
I understand, if he took possession of it, there would be a restocking fee. If he
not
said-
even if you've taken
No.
possession of it as of
No.
these days, if you've ordered
You
it,
locked
it is
it in.
now, you've locked it in, you've promised that company that you're taking it, that company has went down the road and they've made their purchase or they've made the product. These days, since past COVID, they are now charging you in the rears.
Could be.
You
Yeah.
don't
Could
get
be.
that.
We don't, we
So
don't,
if that's the case, we're going to pay the restocking fee and the engineering fee.
if you're telling me that.
And you get 10 landowners.
$5,000, then yes, if you're telling me the pipe costs 30 grand and the restocking fee is 10%, that's $3,000, my answer is yes. If you're telling me that the restocking fee is 70% of the pipe, then I'm gonna say, no, that's just silly.
Right, which I doubt it
I don't
is.
know the number.
I
You're
would
asking
say
me to
it's
answer.
somewhere between 10 and 20. That's, we
If
don't
it's
know.
10% of 30,000, that's $3,000 plus your 5,000 engineering, you're at $8,000. I mean, that's, so, yeah, that's gonna cost me $20. Yeah, I'll take that, cause I still think that's saving me the 30% this project's over, which is 2,000. Which is 7,000, so I'm still coming out.
If you get 10 landowners, cause that's what we have, that agree to that. I'm not against it, but I'm just telling you, you're kicking the can down the road. I think it'll be worse.
If you've awarded a project to a contractor and you rescind that, I assume that opens you up to some issues too. So what work has Taylor not bid? because.
because of this.
Yeah, what did he give up?
Yeah, he gave up other jobs.
I assume once you've awarded it, if you rescind that, you could owe him
That's
something.
Yep,
Sherry, what was the ditch
yeah, he's opened up his calendar for us.
in there now?
Can I ask,
Was turned down 40.
can I ask you guys, it's very unorthodox, can our group step out in the hallway and have a quick conversation? Would you be offended?
No. I don't
Would you
get
guys
it.
like to step out in the hallway with me for a minute?
Get a signature.
This is a little different than anything that's ever going on.
It's just that's that Gallant project that you guys approved, just to have signature signed. I just, I just wrote accepted with today's. Signature.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe stay or be, but I have almost.
Yeah, I mean, cause nobody showed up.
We didn't invite him.
I think so.
I don't know what the purchase name has been down on Kenner now.
Yeah,
Supposedly, they turned it down, it was 40,000 several
Yes.
weeks ago. Now they're getting
Oh, it was more.
Four
than-
times.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
160.
yeah,
If you've awarded it, that's the big thing too.
Yeah.
but we
You went
did
through the
continue the
procedure.
meeting based on the bid and the structure. Based on taking bids, we didn't say that we weren't gonna accept the bids, we just said we're gonna take them so you can see the reduced
If we
cost.
do this project in any other county, there'd be
They
more
would
than,
not-
there'd be more than what this is.
Well,
Cause there'd be
I'm
more
telling
steps
you
we gotta
right
go
now.
through.
no other county would have let them. You say
Dictate
this is
so
what we're
much.
gonna do.
Yeah,
Is there even a process to legally extract the money from them without giving them the service? I mean, is there? Is that,
Well, they've got money that's been spent, so Taylor will turn in a bill. And we'll have
No,
to do
he's saying is there a
reconstruction.
process that we can actually force them to pay it because
Yeah, you vote for it. You say you think it's the best benefit for them.
I think what he's
or
saying,
like, can we say, yeah, we're not doing the ditch, but everybody's gonna pay us $2,000 for time and effort? Is it? do
Well,
they
no,
legally have
can
to?
we even
We're-
legally do that?
Is
No,
that
I don't
something
think
you
so,
do?
because we're,
well, we might have.
Hired here to do a job.
5,
Right,
we gotta pay Taylor possibly. And then whatever else we
do
do.
that.
I don't either, I'd rather
I
do the
don't know why
project.
they'd wanna do it.
Regardless of what they say out
Yeah.
there.
It's-
It's-
Just
It's
up in
Matt
front.
I'm sorry
controlling,
if I lost.
Matt is controlling this
Well, I
group.
get it.
Yeah, you're letting him control.
He's controlling.
He's already
this
screwed up
group.
because he said McCain was gonna be the lowest bid, he was gonna get them and they were gonna come in and they were gonna do this for
And
such
they
and
were
such
hired
amount.
at 99.
He also said, that's why Taylor didn't bid this so cheap. Did you hear him say that there at the end? He's like, well, he bid it so cheap because he's hungry for work. Well, if he bid it cheap, now would be the time to get it.
Right,
Exactly,
right,
cause if they're
exactly.
not.
And that's
Yeah,
not
hired,
true
right.
either, because everybody's busy.
Busy, busy, I do know that.
That's why I said for
You can't
him,
hardly
if he's
get-
turned down work, I'd be furious.
Right now, Taylor
I would
said when
too.
he bid this, he was at a break, he was doing a whole bunch of government jobs for Miami County right now, and those are gonna break about that time, so he said it came in right at the right time for him to do a good, yeah.
So
To give
yes,
us
but
a
he hasn't
cheaper
done any, he hasn't tried to get work to fill that gap, because he.
Right,
has
correct,
already-
right.
Yeah, imagine it's a scramble.
Yeah, this affects so many people and Matt can't see that. All he's worried about is Matt.
I'm controlling.
Yeah,
So you guys can vote however you want.
he's
That's
mad
what
because
they
he
can
didn't get what
say.
he wanted. He wanted it put in with the
Well,
wheel.
he wants that.
He's the
He
one that
wants
came
to-
in and
he
asked
wants
for it to begin with.
Control the cost of it.
All the
He
engineer
doesn't
fees
wanna
are
pay.
involved.
Yeah, the engineer fees being higher is because of his contractor calling the. I mean, he's the one that has caused it to
I
be
know.
higher. And he's trying to turn around blaming us for it, and he's the one that has caused it.
Do you guys have any issues with me leaving?
Nope.
I mean,
No.
You're good, Cole.
Kevin
Although thanks
Bayers,
for the.
There's peaches in there for you guys in there in your office.
Well, thank you.
Kevin Bayer, did you have anything else to add to that, or just,
I went and looked at a ditch.
In
It's
front
not
of
we
Kevin's
got
house.
pictures, we got pictures.
Yeah, there's some pictures. He says it's affecting the roadway, it's not. So there's highway perspective, I don't care.
Yeah.
The highway doesn't care. There's no
Kevin's
issue
right in
there.
front of his house.
His bridge that he doesn't use is having some issues, but,
This isn't the one for his house, this
No.
is the one.
It's down a little bit further.
Yeah, okay.
the one thing you can't see in the pictures is that I said at the very edge of his bridge deck is starting to suck a little bit. I said it's probably 3 feet from the road edge, and like I said again. If she has the pictures, I have the whole road edge down through there from his residential driveway to that little crossing.
Okay.
At this time, there's no road issue. I said again. That bridge is put in without approval, it's
Mhm.
causing issues, if anything, you probably should be quiet, because it's otherwise get your.
Because it's-
bridge- Get your
Cause
bridge
issues,
off
we
our.
can talk about that.
Yeah,
So.
got it. I'll talk to
It's your
Kevin.
last board meeting. Thank you so much for your
This
service.
is so much, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah. So.
We have Ryan, so you'll meet him the next.
And you're leaving early, you don't wanna stay till the
Yeah,
end?
no, it's late.
I've heard it.
Well, you know how he's been with you too.
Yeah, he's fine, as long as you give him what he wants.
Where does
Yeah.
it keep?
Good luck.
It's because
We'll figure it
Thanks,
out.
Paul.
I don't know.
Still have
To
your phone
me-
number.
Where's your
We do that on every
Right here.
bid,
No, I have your first
Mhm.
one.
go 10% over
Yes,
to
You
cover
have to.
any unforeseen cost.
You was building a house, they tell you to go over.
I have to estimate higher.
Yeah, you
And
have to.
I mean, and how many
Where's-
times, I
that's-
know
I
how
think
many
that's
times
the-
we tore our
that's what
house
he's
apart and
asking,
found out
where's
more
that at?
problems than what we expected.
what's that for?
that's the total of everything. And then you come down here. 80,000.
So 73-ish.
I got it all on the tape over there. These are just all my
I
numbers.
don't think that's right, though. What's that amount for that 73?
Yeah, write that down.
Because I think,
Cause I took,
You might
well,
have-
wait a minute, I took this. And came up, and this, it came up with this, and then the 10%. This is some, don't,
oh, this is your 10%.
yeah, that's without this.
The loan.
Yeah, this is what I
Interest.
just did.
Okay.
Yeah, cause I knew.
So
they
that's the
wanted to know
10%,
that.
and then
Oh,
that's the
that's
loan.
10% of that, but if I do, you come down here and you take this, you get this, and there's your 10%,
Are
there's
you
your
pausing it?
96. Oh, yeah, I was,
It's like, we don't need all this. You don't wanna listen to this all.
No,
over
that's
again.
what I was saying, so
actually, it's 14,000 something that they gave me, and I just rounded.
She has to do it with no eyes, so.
Dang
Wow,
it,
I
it's, in
know.
fact, I didn't even think about pulling the, what,
what's the percentage interest
that's what
rate?
I don't
Bet you can
remember.
hear it right now.
Whether it's 4.65, something like that, but it's on my computer. And I should have printed it and I didn't.
So the loan would be 88,000 or 80,000,
No, you're
80.
coming down here.
Yep,
Without the loan, it's this.
that's
And,
with the 10% in there. Got it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
no loan would be 80,000 for 370.
yes. With the loan I got, and
With the loan, it would be
of course,
that.
you're adding more because you're adding the loan in there.
Yes.
So
So
you're,
if there was no loan and everybody wanted to pay everything up front, it'd be $80,000.
Is there something we can skip ahead to? Oh,
We got a whole other agenda.
I know. I mean, I'm okay whichever,
I mean,
way.
take
I have to
your-
be gone by 1 o'clock.
We have to.
I do. I have an appointment
We
at
got
one as well.
The meeting still goes on, and
So Kevin Bear, nothing.
well, wait a minute. Henry Kefever, judicial review, everyone's seen that.
Yeah,
Read
Yes.
that, the
Yep.
judicial review on that.
Yep.
I talked to Banning and they're gonna move forward with preparing stuff for the bids. But our 30 days, which I talked to Mark, and Mark says you'd probably be smarter to wait the 30 days before you actually started taking bids
Yep.
September 5th.
Okay,
I like that.
So just so you know where we're at with that. Then the Thad Reynolds could take a little bit. Ray Feigert, let's drop down to that one. When I gave you my report last time on that, I forgot to bring up to you that I had damages included in that. So from now on, because of the, yeah, I gotta find everything. That's the drainage plan. Where's my folder for everything else up here? So included in my report now is a damage.
It's a damn news. Gotcha. That's that right here where we talked about
Yeah,
adopt the survey's
yeah.
report,
so I've
schedule
got some
assessment.
scheduled
damages.
damages and see, I've added that now to the other one. So we've got damages on here. So our assessments now is gonna be an assessment for schedule,
Gotcha.
damages and assessments, basically.
Okay.
Had that now, but, oh, there's the reminder, but anyway. So I just wanted to let you know that I did have that included the last time, but we did not actually, when you made your motion to approve my report, we didn't include the damage
The damages.
report.
So
And then also on that too, looking at timing right now, because the engineer was supposed to have that to me by today for the Ray Feigert. Well, because they're down people right now, they had to move to another project, put ours on the back burner. So we could get into crop damage. Now, in my report, I basically said no damage, but crop damage could be a possibility, and that would be addressed at the time. So hopefully I've got enough in my 50%
Yeah,
contingency that we can
Cover
make
the-
that work.
yeah.
Let's cover that, any crop damage.
gotcha.
Have we went, back to this one, have we went far enough where we can't, we've already committed?
Basically up to you. Yes, in a way you have.
Frank Trust when we're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
think-
yeah,
I think we sure have. My gosh, if you look at the downstream of
it's gonna
everything.
cost more.
There's things that he never even brought up at the last meeting.
I'd say we go ahead.
And the
if they
fact
want-
that-
if They wanna do it, they can.
What,
Yeah.
oh, what?
There was-
Downies are the only ones that can appeal it. Pardon?
There's only one objection, nobody else objected.
So Downey's are the only one that can.
They're the only ones that can.
And I
do
think
judicial
he's sitting
review.
on the fence, but it's like, well, if he's gonna have such a fit, then I'll go his way. But.
The bid thing is the only thing that's really
but he
kind
did
of
turn
throwing
around
us
and
here.
say, you know.
If we had
look,
done this regular, this
But
probably.
would you have
would cost
accepted the
a lot
bids
more.
today?
Would I?
Would you have accepted the bids today and
Yeah.
gone ahead with it if we hadn't have already done them?
Yeah, I think we're just throwing money away if we don't.
The head wall's starting to fall. That's gonna need repair. Cause the
and he
wing
can't
walls
do
are
that,
already
right?
starting
I
to
mean,
fall.
He can't literally do the head wall. He's
Well,
just
he
going
says he
in.
can.
I don't want him
What's
to.
that look
No.
like?
It's a
I know.
Not to me,
liability.
what's that
That's a
look like?
liability.
That's,
And I'm
That's-
telling you, there were a million holes out in that field. And we looked like we were following the line, and then all of a sudden there's a whole set of a line over here with holes, and there's some going off
and
this
so you're
way.
assuming tiles are over there,
And
but
they're different depths.
Yes, and I know, going back through minutes from
Yeah.
years ago,
there are no.
there could be another
has
old
a-
line in there that was never destroyed.
I know. That's what
And that's kind of what my 10%'s for,
Yes.
is this, we don't know what we're gonna get
We
into,
always do that. I mean,
Right.
always-
but that is.
Well, that's what, it doesn't matter what project you do, whether it's a tile project, a house project,
you always have a contingency in there for extra money.
And you should mention the head wall.
No, I don't wanna get into another.
No, I do
argument.
not want to agree.
because.
I think we
he said
just
that
do
head
this,
wall
that
was,
she wants
you know,
to.
so big that he jumped down in it, and you guys.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it's not-
that box.
That,
Yeah.
a little bit, that,
There's a
gallery
gallery down in that box.
when I was out there, I was really concerned with that falling.
Oh,
And,
the head wall,
you know, if we don't do anything, the head wall's not gonna get fixed. And
Right.
it is gonna end up falling
but
in.
then they're gonna call
he'll
us
fix
and
it.
say, those people, that other Susan Floor, and I assume it's her husband or whatever, sitting there, they're the ones that are going to be calling us because it's on their property.
So it's gonna
And
affect
this
them.
old tile's probably back from the 50s, 60s. That's kind of what they did. They just brought in extra tile and left it lay till they needed to
So
fix
I
it.
still need to read this stuff too,
Eventually.
Yeah.
because we haven't even
They
made a
haven't let us
motion
get to
yet.
that part.
Now,
Anyways,
I think
moving.
he's gonna make it hard for Taylor too.
Mhm.
But Taylor said he had another job in Miami County that he was involved in, and said he was awful.
Yeah.
Said he was awful. Kept wanting to get Taylor to do extra work for nothing, because he said, well, that's part of Taylor's, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So anyways,
But, yeah, keep back in, I think, maybe not.
no, Valley backed on.
Please.
Darrell Epley. And we're getting into tree clearing. And Brain went out, took some pictures of what we have. And this is the one where we really need to get maintenance going.
Thank you for our time. I really do appreciate it.
It'd still be there, I asked him.
I guess I probably should have, if it's okay with you, my wife, and that's.
Well, let me just say this.
Okay,
We would not be here if it weren't for Whitesell and Smith. They brought this to the forefront. I didn't want it. I don't think it will benefit us that much. who wants to pay $8,000-9,000 for something you never saw and do not think it will benefit you much. If the two people who brought this to the forefront are ready to cancel, and Smith is very much with Whiteside, why do we go forward? We're ready to cancel.
So what we're, I don't know the words, but offering, we, equally pay our share per acre of your costs that have been incurred. And give us time to, think about this, even if we're wrong, we'll accept that. But, we would like for you to consider saying, we're gonna stop the project, we'll pay the expenses. And then we'll, reconsider it at a different time. I don't think we're prepared for this yet. Can you do that?
I'm not sure that we can.
Well, give us a reason. Is it a legal reason?
I believe some of it is legal, some of it is financial. Also, the contractor who has prepared to do this job didn't take bids on other jobs, so has lost out on business. And Whitesville can say that things will be cheaper, and he's hungry now, but that could change.
We're not discussing it's gonna get cheaper or more expensive. That's not where this is at. Besides, in 1921, nobody thought they were gonna have a depression. In 1933, we were in a hell of a mess.
Mhm.
And we've gone way past the a period of history, how long things can keep going up. So you guys are young, not so much you. And I'm just telling you, never say never. And
I found
still,
you.
see what you can do. If we're wrong and it's a legal issue, we also all realize we can go forward. We just don't want to do that now. Okay? You need to talk without us in here.
I did.
Tom Matter, or Tom Matter,
I think we'd have to check with Mark,
Mark.
Mark France.
We need to talk to our legal counsel,
Sure.
but we also need to discuss
Contractor.
We need to
the
talk to Taylor
contractor,
too.
Taylor. I
Well,
mean,
please do that.
we wouldn't have done all this either.
Sure, I know. We all know. I
We've
think.
got other projects that are waiting to be done.
But there's also other things, so we'll just have to do a lot of checking.
In his accepted bid, what is it? Is there a cancellation? Does it say there's a penalty? Does it say anything about
That's just being a good person.
Well, no,
I mean,
all this questions.
Not on ours.
He hasn't taken work for that month and a half because he had planned to do this project.
He has.
Now you're
choice.
saying he's turned away projects that he could have done in that time frame because you guys want to
You
cancel.
know, he has to
Well,
post a bid bond.
That's like you with your job. If you got, hey, I got this job and
Do a
then
bid bond too.
5 people decide they didn't want you to do it anymore, so they just canceled. Now
But that's
you're out.
speculation. You have to have that conversation with him. I understand why.
I think it's not
I
right.
mean, he's got the
Okay.
cost, he had to do a bid bond
Yeah.
to secure his bid.
And if it turns out that way, we all understand too. Okay, but we would like to go the other way and get rid of it for a while, pay it off. If you can't, let us know.
No, there.
We're not trying to be hard to.
Yeah, no, I-
Yeah, then you'll get notices again,
Okay,
That increases the cost again,
correct?
right?
I'll move that we table so we can
Seek legal counsel.
seek legal counsel.
but please don't overinflate it because you're mad at us.
I don't want to do it now.
Doesn't
This is
affect
what it
me.
is. We were understanding that we wanted this project done right away, like last year.
That's what we were told,
Fast track.
fast track.
Fast track it, so that's what we was trying to do, is get it done before, when the crops come out this year, so that you could
Yeah.
have it done, get into your next season.
And
And
we
that was
appreciate
one
that.
thing you asked at the last meeting, was to look into the fast tracking.
But I mean, last meeting, I heard $1,800, didn't hear there was additional billing. And that you already had an approved
No,
drawing
it was-
plan.
No, it's in the minutes that we had to do more. It wasn't over.
Cause you even made that.
Engineering?
Plan, the question was the box large enough? And that was supposed to be a review by,
We
You all.
reviewed the box and you asked to have bids taken. Because you
Yeah.
wanna know what more actual costs would be.
right, but not from an engineering
Well,
perspective.
they have,
That's
they
part of it.
that's part of it. They have to do it that way.
And we had made that statement too.
Yes, it has to be done that way per code, I believe.
Yeah, it has to be engineered plans.
Yeah, you had engineered plans that were approved.
They turn their.
They turn their,
costs
they
in
turn their
at
bids
different
in.
times.
It was preliminary.
Yeah,
There
Your,
was
your first
changes.
meeting was based on preliminary plans. They weren't stamped until it's accepted.
I mean, we have the minutes from when you guys were here. So I mean, we can go back and check
So
that.
if you even questioned the very cost.
Okay, so can I make a request? And I know last time I did about using a ditching machine and we went a different route, but can I make a request if this does go forward? That we can have an option to pay it ahead if we choose. Those that choose, and we can have that price, and it's not 30 days. Like from today, we can get into October, maybe when I have some money, like 30 days from now, it won't really help me.
Well, it's just so we know we can start that project and get that.
He's not gonna start that project till November, cause corn's not gonna come off of it.
Well, I understand, that's what I'm saying, but we wanna make sure, if you say you're gonna pay it, we have the money. If we get to 5 days before we start the project and nobody's paid the money, here we are again.
Okay, here's my point to all this, is you said earlier, when you've done work with Peanut, that he doesn't turn his bill in until the end.
I'm not saying he's gonna do that this time, I'm just saying
Just
he
saying,
has
yeah.
done that in
Sure.
the past.
So far, he hadn't turned it in. So there's
No.
no reason to have the money, it turns in the bill, most people take 30 days when they turn in a bill. So I'm just asking, if this goes forward, then let's put a realistic time when we can pay. Not just pull a time out of the air. Like, if
Oh,
you're not
that's-
starting till November 1st, then let's make payment November 30th. Something realistic to the timeline.
No,
It'll be
because,
before the start of the project.
because
Take
we
the
have to
payment.
go to the bank and get
Yeah.
all that straightened out.
Would ought to be,
It's all gotta be before we
It's
start
gotta be
breaking
before
ground,
that.
every bit of it. So,
So it's gotta be like 30 days before, so even if we did 30 days before, we're only talking
Going
like,
forward, we're gonna see legally if the contract, if there is any actual binding to a contract. that
yes,
The county grades, but if there's not legal binding, then you can walk away from it, is that correct?
I'm not saying you've gotta make that decision.
yeah,
yeah, that.
The drainage board still has the decision to
I
make.
understand, but he said legally, if,
We
We
have
will
to see
check
if we're-
into it.
We have to find out if we're bound contractually with,
Other
Taylor.
expenses.
and then,
the other expenses too.
right, but if legally you're not bound, then you're willing to look at stepping back from it.
Considering.
Considering it, yes.
Consider-
Consider it.
but we also need you guys to consider what we find as our expenses.
Absolutely.
What your amounts are, because you may decide that, oh, that's more than what, if it's 3,000 to you and
And that's
2,000.
what I was going to ask, if you can clearly communicate that to us in what, if your decision is to move forward with it, that you can clearly communicate that with us.
Yeah.
You will get another notice
For
like we
sure.
did.
Can you send out your, letter that you sent to Peanut, your contract, so I can look at it?
It was sent out to everybody. Everything was sent out to
I
all the
understand, the
contractors.
contract you said you signed, the county signed with Peanut,
It's,
can we get a copy of that?
I
I just
thought,
want a copy of that.
I thought you got a copy of what McCain had. It's the same thing. Everybody, all the information was sent out to every contractor
Oh.
and they just
We
signed
can
it.
get that, my question is, I would like to read through, and, I can take those.
Is it in here?
I'll have to sort through it.
Out of curiosity,
I was gonna say,
Go through and get it out.
yeah, we didn't, I would just like to see what the wordage says, if it's how the contract reads.
It's more binding for the contractor.
That's what I'm asking, so if the county is, it's not binding legally, that's what I'm asking, or can I read it? We have access.
When I will pull out what, everything's all together
Gotcha, that wasn't sent to us,
with the specs and everything else is all in here.
gotcha.
Okay,
Yeah.
2 questions. We will have a chance, if we find out the cost is too much, to say, okay, let's go ahead, that's wasted money, right? We still have a voice.
They're going to adjourn the meeting by day to day again. They're gonna
Because we
check all
might
these,
say
but
that,
that
we
will
might
go
say-
back, that will, just like this meeting,
Okay.
you will get a notice.
Okay.
Of when they're going to have it for discussion. They cannot make a final vote on this reconstruction until you guys are basically notified.
Okay.
And we will be notified by mail, because we weren't
Correct.
when the bids were approved.
Pardon?
I didn't get a letter when the bids were.
Well, the bids were more,
on our end,
you guys,
I got you.
but also there, once we notify you again, there's another expense.
Can we not email? Has to be letter.
Has to
It
be
has to
better.
be a letter, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Code, Again, we gotta get ourselves, so we don't get ourselves
That's
in a
cost of doing
lawsuit.
business, so I think that's
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
I would rather have lots of documentation, and in fact, I need to talk to you about making sure we've got correct address information for the trust.
Yeah, 'cause-
Because I didn't get any notification for this.
Serious. Oh, not for bids.
Mail has been,
Been tricky.
mail has
Okay.
become
It has.
unreal.
Yeah, let's get with Sharon and get that, so we make sure we get you sent to the right place.
Yeah, cause I know I've gotten some things that.
Okay,
was
so we'll,
I never got.
you make a motion to table
Yeah,
it.
I'll make a motion to table. it.
Second that.
Okay, have motion and second, table this until further review from attorney.
Thank you all.
Yep, all those in
Thank
favor
you.
signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, same.
Sorry.
Okay,
Main thing.
We'll let you guys know.
Legal violation.
yep.
And I am, do you want me to talk to you?
Yeah, because that comes from information that I have.
It's the Perry School Trust. And it should be coming to Heather.
Those don't slice.
27 program.
But it doesn't have care of you. Got my one here somewhere.
Those go out certified, right?
No,
Oh, no, they
No,
don't, okay.
oh my gosh, give me
Then
that.
it would even
It's
be
interesting because
It'd be expensive.
I did receive everything which was forwarded to
Yeah.
Texas.
Susan?
certified
Yes,
public,
Susan.
and no one got that one down. Eight.
Post office growing.
I thought they did go out certified.
I'm so
Or
sorry.
maybe it's
It
only
became
the ones that's like
confrontational.
when
I
you're.
was not expecting that, and I feel to blame because I wanted to get Dad's primary part of his farm. The drainage fixed, and it's what goes across 550 west and 700 south ditch on further to
It might
the
be.
west.
So.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You were very,
I think she's the only one.
The questions were very,
yes, thank you
Yeah,
for that.
I know it's a hard job that you guys have to deal with. I've been on Rowan Town Board long enough to know. That I don't, I'm glad I'm not on it anymore.
Thank you. Okay.
I really need to apologize for me, I'm sorry.
Don't. No, that's easy to happen.
It's all starting.
Everything, he started the project, we given him exactly what he wanted,
Is it,
everything.
is it worth the extra money to send them certified?
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
It's probably $8 or $9 a piece, isn't it?
Yeah,
It takes $127 to
I was
$100
gonna
bucks
say
to get
six
something,
something,
but.
We're moving on.
Yep.
It's not enough on this thing for a minute.
cause they're gonna talk out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta find where I'm at. Oh, Tim Denny.
Darrell.
Yeah, and this ditch needs some work on it anyway. We've also got some other areas that was supposed to have been sprayed. I thought they were being sprayed and Kelvin had taken off the spray list and I didn't know it. Because he said it was getting too hard. They couldn't get machines in there. House around the pictures and the, you know. So it's kind of has grown up with trees and stuff. But this is on down some of it where we've never sprayed before. That's what
Oh.
got sprayed. And that's Tim Denny's driveway, which was cleared
That's
and
right
now
up,
starting to grow
That
up and
little
brush.
that's right up right there.
But from what I understand from Braden, when they were out there, that our contractor for spraying did not want to go along through here. It was so close to his driveway and his buildings.
Yeah, that first picture, you can see how close is,
To the driveway.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that one, that Tim sprayed that, not us. And he's using the wrong chemical because he's killing grass.
Yeah, we got some work in there, don't we?
That's something else.
Yeah. I was like, that matches.
So there again, we're clearing trees for aesthetics. More than anything, because when what you walked, you didn't really see any issues with dredging it.
The bottom was good, there's no silt.
And he's complaining
well,
about what's
I
on
mean,
his
it's growing
side.
up, you couldn't, I think, get down in it, walk the flow, but,
Right. But there was
it is
flow.
flowing, yes.
So we
Now-
probably don't have a lot of sediment built up if there is flow, because we don't have much water in them right now.
Correct.
If you look at the aerial picture, there's that cul-de-sac. It's very grown up. If we're gonna tree clear, it's, trees,
Right.
but back in there, it's clean as can be. There's no grass because no sunlight.
So he wants some trees cleared out of it.
Mhm.
That he or someone has let grown up
Mhm.
basically on their property.
I think that in his head, that we should keep it mowed and maintained and pretty, and that's why he's spraying weed killer, he thinks that we sprayed
I
it.
think he spread Roundup in there.
Yeah, that's what it
To
looks
kill
like.
grass
Yeah,
or
it's
Buccaneer, whatever, the cheap, probably Buccaneer,
diesel fuel.
but
and-
diesel fuel and gas mixed, yeah,
Yeah.
that'll do the same. And kill a lot, I don't like you doing that.
I know.
They are not happy with that.
But one thing too, I want to say about this one, this is the one where we really do need to have a hearing for maintenance to raise it because there wasn't a big maintenance put on it to begin with. And the town, the city, would like to see us go in there and clean it, so they've already done their tiling. But I don't know what's gonna end up happening with all this pond stuff. And I know, was it Tyler, was it you or Jeff, one of you said that you thought it might come up again with the mayor? With the pond?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Retention.
we did
Yeah.
talk about that with them, didn't we?
we did, but nothing, it's sitting, it's
And
simmering
you
somewhere.
guys should never agree to pay half without reducing what you've already paid. That should.
I think he's wanting us
That's
to
a good
pay
idea.
more of the project, not the engineering,
Right,
so,
we already paid the engineering.
yeah, but I don't know if is there more?
And so he wants to do half of the project now.
Yeah,
It's the last I knew. And
So
I'm
you're
like, well, what
saying to
about,
have
we
the
already paid
project,
for
but we already paid the
engineering.
engineering, take that off of there too?
Yeah, so
Take-
if you're gonna do half and half,
then you
then.
take half of that, put that towards the contract, or towards the price of the project,
Mhm.
okay?
Yes, no, I totally
If
think,
we, oh, you're saying just half of it?
well, that's what,
I think if you're gonna do half, if you do the whole project half and half, I think engineering should be half theirs and half ours. I know we did the agreement.
And that
but
was
you're gonna have
like
to take it
100
out of that cost of the, cause you'll never get a check.
No, I agree.
Right.
That's why I say just take it out of the cost of the project. You pay 60,000 more than what
Mhm.
we pay.
Yes,
I mean, that,
which would be your half of the engineering, yes.
Was-
But I think it needs to be considered
I would agree.
in there. But
Yeah.
I don't wanna have a hearing till I know what's going on there because
Mhm.
And which drain was that one? Was that the,
Garlow, like.
yeah, okay.
So anyway, we're bringing Tim Denny's to you. There's really not enough funding to do a lot of clearing, but if you do it there, that is going downstream.
Is that
That's more your
deep?
outlet.
Is that deep and steep there?
Not really.
It looks like it's
When
just
I was
kind
back
of
in
like
there, it
a,
wasn't, but it's been a while.
like,
Back in the
It's
wooded
just-
area, it's a lot deeper.
is
But
he
up
wanting
by-
us to go way back in there?
No, he don't own it, so he don't care about it.
Okay,
But up by his house, it's pretty shallow.
right, and that's what it looks like to me,
Mm-hmm.
so like,
We've always said we don't do.
why,
grading.
why
Right.
didn't,
But if you're gonna clear one side so we can maintain it and spray it, then.
We're gonna clear
because
the
we
other
think
side.
we think we need to. Then we clear the side that's the least amount of stuff on it, and we clear the side that's easiest to travel. And I've not looked at, but the other side really, as far as travel, but it may not be his side. And if we're doing that, we're gonna make it a project and we're gonna start from the tile that was just put in and go all the way through ours and do the whole darn thing.
If we do this project with the mayor, does that catch that?
No,
Okay.
but they've been asking for it, and I just wanna make sure, cause right now they're saying no expense to the landowners. Well, I wanna make sure, I don't wanna have a hearing, raise the maintenance to do this kind of work, and then we come back and say, oh, well, we want the landowners to pay this.
Right,
I want that settled first.
okay.
like Jeff says, we've always made it a precedent not to.
Yes, not
Do
to
it
do
for
pretty,
aesthetic.
correct. Correct,
Because if they want it for aesthetics, they should take care of that on their own.
correct. Because I
And they'll let it
guarantee you
grow
there
up
were
so
trees
they-
there when he built his home.
Right.
I still stick with that. It's just aesthetics. I don't
Mhm,
wanna do it. I think
Mhm.
they can do it. But it's on
Right.
them, 100%.
right,
Yeah.
but we need to probably
Yep,
survey
enjoy your
the ditch and make
weekends with
sure it
your
doesn't need
chainsaw.
cleaned and do,
Correct.
yeah, through there.
I think that would be the
Mhm.
step to do with that.
Yep.
Okay,
So we will just hold him off until we know where the project's going with the,
I'll talk to the mayor.
you want that in a minute?
What?
Tyler's gonna talk to the mayor.
Yeah, I'll talk to the mayor. With you guys' blessing of, if that's what we wanna
Did anybody
do,
sign into our?
half and
sign?
half, and that includes engineering that we already fit the bill for.
Well, like,
Is that what we're gonna do?
I mean, I think it's the only way, I mean, or the project doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Then we paid all that engineering for nothing.
Exactly.
Can't
So-
keep kicking it down the road. Do we have the money to do it? What are we talking about? 500,000
It's like 300 and some.
minus 60,000?
Yeah, 300 and something.
300 and something minus
Well, it was
60,000?
100, I thought you guys paid like 197 for engineering.
Oh, then it's even less.
Yeah, I need to go back and double.
I can't remember what the number is, but
I was
Can't
thinking
either.
125.
I had
but
that
that's-
contract
but that's-
or
Maybe
I
it
got
was,
it.
but I have so many different numbers running through my
I
head.
say,
I
I
was
thought
just
it was like
thinking
130.
125,
I thought it was like
like that.
130 something, but
Might have been
again,
129.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it was 120 something. So if that's the case, then
from 60 or 65 off of the 380, so it'd be like 320,000 or whatever would be our portion. And
And
then they
don't
have
want
to
to
pay
talk about it again.
I'll talk with the mayor.
Well, and the mayor should consider too, with these maintenance fees,
And then we have
those
more,
people are paying drainage tax. So they're being double stormwater tax for the town, so they're being double. Manchester, they pay our fee, the ditch fee, out of their stormwater tax for those people that pay stormwater tax,
so they're being paid, they're charged a ditch fee and
And
a
the stormwater
stormwater.
fee.
which is not right.
Hell, he lives over there.
Well, he just moved there, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so he'll probably try to get that changed.
Yeah, well, he should, I mean,
Better
that's
hurry.
just,
Well, I'll talk to him. I'll try to say, been trying to catch him anyways about a couple other things and,
and if we do that, then we have. a
My
little
son,
bit
he
more
doesn't really
weight
like
for
me,
meter
so-
box
well,
Project
mayor
out there.
probably doesn't like me either, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I didn't know I've ever had much to do with him, but. Okay, ready to move on
Here's
to
your
the next
pictures back.
one? There's your pictures there.
Yep, we're ready.
Losing my agenda here.
I don't know how you keep all that straight.
Well, I had it all straight, but now I don't. Let's go on to the bad Reynolds ditch, because that could be a little bit more of a lengthy one. If you remember when we had the meeting with Bowman's. I want the map of theirs. They presented this plan, which I want to talk to State Board of Accounts. I want to talk to Mark. Because I don't know how they can get by with presenting a plan like this. And I have to have engineered plans for what that they've done there, and we gave them approval to go ahead with their job. Now they're down there. Braden's made this wonderful map.
Mhm.
They're down there saying that they're not hitting into our tile, they're running here. They ran this line, and you said they didn't have. They didn't run into anything there.
Well, what he said to me explicitly is none of those branches exist anymore as county because you guys approved that plan.
So you saying this isn't counting?
That's not county.
This isn't county.
Why?
That's not county because
This isn't-
that's the plan that you guys approved is now the new thing. So this branch here that he ran all through here, right on top of this one. Isn't ours. I don't know, he's,
We have not accepted. They're running clear down in here as county ditch. I
So-
told him, I said, when he came in and was showing all this, I said, our line says it runs down here. I know there's holes out here in this pasture, because you can zoom in and see them. I said, so your line, that's probably why you have water standing here. I said, you have a line coming down through here. We cannot disconnect this property from
That doesn't belong to
Our-
him.
correct. And he's like, oh yeah, if I run into anything, I'll make sure it's connected.
Yeah.
And he says there's no county in a tile that they run into, but they've got clay pieces laying on top of the ground.
And he knows everything.
Well, there's another one. I said, we never talked about his system drainage during our meeting.
Which is all right.
Those are all taps. We do not allow that. He should have come in with a plan for his system drainage. You only they have to run their own main, and then they can tap our main like 1 or 2 times. They've got like 50 taps into our drain. Well, supposedly our drain.
Hmm.
So,
well, they're not done yet either. It's,
That's an awful lot of.
yeah,
20 to 40 feet.
They're not, that's not what we do, and Tad, any of the other landowners that come in here with that, they have a main, like an 8-inch main or whatever, 6-inch, that they run, and then it taps into the county drain.
So it's just one tap instead of
Yeah.
24 or whatever.
Well, there's more than, there's gonna end up being about 100, I think, when they're done, but. Wow. So you take 80 years from now, if they don't own that, and the person comes in and they have all these taps to take care of,
Yeah,
the county does,
It's gonna cost a fortune.
Yeah.
On our part.
yes,
but he's already done it, hadn't he?
yes. But see, he never got approval for his system drain. And he was told
Can
that
we
ours
find
comes down
him
here like, oh,
something
he says, I
big
don't
on
think
that?"
it does. He said, if I find it, it does, I'll make sure it's tapped in.
Now, if you look at the wing that comes out to the road on the west side. Where the black and white dashed line is coming
All
down.
this? This
Yeah.
one here?
What's interesting is it lines up directly on top of GPS. Where our description puts that tile. And it's covered in clay pieces. So
They
they
don't
obviously,
hit anything.
They hit it, but they didn't hit anything.
yes,
And he's been out there a lot, but they do it on, he's not,
they're like clever, they're the timing.
sorry, I hate to be that way, but.
I guess I don't know what we can do from this point.
Really, I mean,
So we
It's
don't know,
already done.
what,
Yeah.
what we're
More.
concerned about, what you're concerned about is that he didn't connect other people.
That's
And
what
they
I'm
tore up our drains,
correct. Down below,
Wait,
I'm worried about
here?
that.
this here,
And then on the other side, does that end up going over into,
here,
yeah, go down with that little branch?
this here,
Yeah, they're saying that doesn't exist anymore. I think, is that all on them?
this is Bowman here, this is Bowman here.
Okay,
They'll just come in.
but you're gonna
and
have to
drain.
come in and abandon that, but then go the other one. On over the other way.
This way, Here?
They're
Here?
saying that doesn't exist now, and that goes over onto somebody
that goes
else.
into air goods, it says. And
So no, we have to
Colin.
keep that,
Colin Thomas,
and we have to keep down on that other property too. So it may come to the point where we have to do a reconstruction and we have to fix their drain.
we
We'll come
may
down
have to
and pick
tap
that
into
up and
theirs
tap
if
it.
they took away
Well, they're
ours.
saying it's county, so. But they're gonna pay,
So we may have to fix it here and here,
and then over on Air Good.
and then
Now,
over
the
here.
next thing is you have pictures of the relief, was it
Yeah.
relief?
So they added all of
they're
this.
all on there, right there.
That's the
they
picture of their
planted.
relief. Well, on,
That 24
Bassett.
inch.
Mhm.
On Terry,
that's the 24 going into the 15. What are we gonna do now if that doesn't work correctly and it starts blowing up? The 15 all through Bassett. To me, you have a reconstruction.
did we make an agreement with them that they was gonna pay the difference?
No, we talked about it. But to me, we look and see what should be engineered through Bassett, and if it's only an 18 versus a 24. Then they pay the difference when we have to go through Bassett with the 24.
So they did connect right here. where-
I thought we had, that was part of the agreement.
I don't remember that. Yeah, he told Braden that's a expensive
To eat.
tea.
Hell yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. And this is the outlet where they come into the open, and the open ditch is on the other side of it that they haven't filled yet. And you can tell them more if you want to, what you got into out
I
there.
see tile up there. See broken tile.
Like what?
When he told you you couldn't map that because it was,
Oh, yeah, you didn't really want to map his private. Laterals, but I did anyways.
You talking about the,
all those
48.
hats.
Yeah, the ones that I have in black and white is private.
Do you think that there's others that you didn't catch?
There probably is. The big ones are easy to catch because with a big mound, but like I know they're out. Today, he texted me this morning and said he's plowing little laterals today, not gonna be touching any county. it's like a, you know, come check on me today.
Yeah.
But you need to go check on it.
Well, I am.
He's going
Oh.
to, so
I
This
actually
is the time,
today,
it's not tile.
yes,
that's why you took a picture of it.
today I'm gonna look at the relief valve to see if after that torrential downpour, how much water erosion's out there and
Yeah,
what it looks like.
and we did get a torrential downpour.
And I know he's got
We do.
several
Oh,
other,
we got
We got
hammered at
half an
my
inch
house.
I
altogether.
know he said in town.
I got hammered at south of town.
Yeah, I was here and
We lost power.
the lights.
We were-
The railroad crossings stayed down.
Oh, those were down forever.
And the water was, I mean, you step
Mhm.
outside and your socks are wet or what shoes you're wearing.
So what do we get in this area?
I don't know what I got, but I know it rained really, really hard at my house.
I got 3 tenants.
Definitely, I had to get.
We
more
got a
than that.
half an inch. And went,
Jason said he had an inch with him.
Wow.
We only
Wow.
had about a 10. 2.
Wow.
Not a lot.
Wow.
No,
and we went to Huntington and there was,
Maybe
well,
I
we
should
went to
get
Roanoke
back.
and there was
Yeah.
nothing going
Yeah.
on over
Your
there.
drainage now.
Yeah, I know, maybe I should.
But yeah, I guess we wait till the project's done, but these people out here scare me to death, cause that's where I had my bike wreck and my concussion and everything, because all their dogs came out. And it was scary, but we need to get with them, cause we probably need to just go in and repair that ditch. Because if he cut it off here,
You
all we
won't,
do is,
you won't see those dogs anymore.
they're gone.
Well, isn't this Jesse's place?
Yeah.
He got kicked out till he's got to clean stuff out, but he's not 100% out yet.
Okay,
But-
There's a guy there.
Jesse, he's a character. But he was allowed to live there while his mom was alive. Cause the brother owns the property.
yeah, I'd heard his brother owns a property.
So he had an eviction notice against his brother since his mom passed away. But he had so many days to clean it up, and I don't know, Brian can speak on it more,
Okay,
cause he's still coming down by the house every day, so. But he's hauling scrap metal to
No, sorry.
probably metal source, and, I mean, he's moving stuff, I can
I
tell.
think you've seen these, right?
But
These-
yes, those dogs are nuts.
yeah, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Amber was walking one day and they came out.
Yeah, they was fighting in our tires and knocked our bikes over and, yeah.
I would say, I
At the
guess,
hospital.
keep an eye on them, see what you find out.
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like when it's done.
But I
I
bet
think
we're gonna have to go in and
the
do
big
through
thing-
the,
Is to remember this experience the next time they have a project.
Well, next time not gonna be the same way.
I know that they've mentioned that they already know what they're doing next year and there's
they
several.
have a
of
lot of plans
Just say no.
and we have,
them. They won't even tell us
Yeah.
what ditch they.
No, the county's gonna do it in the future and you're gonna be charged.
You guys should be the one saying that.
Mhm.
well, and one other time we had that project and they had to bid and they weren't the cheapest bid.
So let's,
Yeah,
so I'm saying, so going forward, we're gonna do it that way, that it's gonna go back to the way it was. Cause this is a disaster.
This sounded
Yeah.
good, but it wasn't because they,
And if
and
we,
they're working with Brian Rank on one of our other ones right now. Cause Brian went to him because Brian says that we're not doing it in the timely manner. But
we tried to. do
Evan
this-
told him to wait a year. Cause they were busy, it wasn't on their agenda to do. So
Hmm.
here we are again.
okay,
Like I said, we're getting into a lot of this, and I know, I talked to Max before he left about all this, and he said, go to Montgomery County and watch their drainage board, it's boom, 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 this is the way it is. So,
I'm there,
Yep,
cause that made me mad today, so. Try to speed the process,
well, and
expedite
he
it.
manipulated every single person in the room.
You got it. And if you go back to what he asked for was fast tracking and all this kind of stuff, and we did everything.
And Cole's point that, well, the bids will get lower when they're more desperate for work. When does that happen?
Yeah.
I've always found it hard to find a,
Rarely does that happen.
right,
Yeah. Yeah,
so
Anyways,
take your chances, whatever.
okay,
okay,
Got
what
it.
do I have next on the agenda?
you got Kevin Bears
Okay,
private, which he talked about.
yeah, so you guys can look at the
Yeah.
pictures.
Pass that
I know
to
what
Katie.
Cole did tell me though, is that a few years back, the county did take some riprap out and dump, and that's kind of why he's after it again. You all know where he lives.
Yeah,
There's a
I'm-
picture.
I can always stop and talk to
Ariel.
Kevin too.
County drain is nothing. Okay, next,
And it's a regulated drain encroachment permit.
Okay. Was contacted by NIPSCO. And basically I sent them our signed contract. I haven't heard anything back from them, but then he wanted to talk about it through an email. And he said their timeline is 2027 for a lot of this stuff. So they wanted to know, because our permitting basically says, what, 180 days?
Yeah, if we would hold through with
And I
that,
told him the only thing, then they would just keep reapplying all the time. And
Yeah.
he didn't want to do that.
I don't blame them.
So I said, the only thing I would recommend to you guys is to go to a year contract. That every year they have to renew it.
I mean, I'm not against that.
So we did it for a term of 1 year, 365 days.
Yep, I'm good.
So I wouldn't go any more than that.
No, I agree, because changes can happen
And
quickly.
NIPSCO hasn't been very cooperative with us.
That was cool.
So I wouldn't do any more than that. So we've got a new,
Was it NIPSCO that, was it NIPSCO that buried those
yeah,
lines up there on 50?
it was the contractor, but.
Right.
Yeah, part of
right,
it, too,
but-
yes.
Braden was supposed to get a chance to get back before they did it.
Yeah.
and they
Oh, I was
covered up
there
by
when
the-
they said that they
Yep.
would wait.
So we need to
Yep.
get a,
I would say you're gonna rescind or amend whatever
amend the,
your
the-
regulated drain encroachment permit for NIPSCO. This is
the
a
rate
case
back
thing.
rule.
Did you take this to Mark?
No, I have not.
Should we?
He just came up with 180 days. I don't know that there's any,
Stipulation on
Yeah.
time frame, so
Okay.
I would say
it's
that,
his, other than that, it's the only thing we changed was
Was-
the
Everything's the
365,
same.
Yeah.
everything else he made up.
I didn't know if, you know,
I like the year thing anyways, I think, on some of these cases, but be a case by case basis.
You know, county highway and stuff, they, like state highway right now, I met him again. We met him in December, it was freezing cold, met him the other day, it was super hot, but they're still talking 2027 before the project will be done.
Sounds,
So that's kind of the way they are.
Yeah.
So I would put today's date on it and,
I'll let you take care of that.
okay,
I'm just gonna sign it, but we'll look for a
do you
motion.
motion or
To,
just?
I would say
I
the
would.
motion to amend the regulated drain permit for NIPSCO.
So no.
Second.
I have a motion. Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Oppose the same. Motion
and I also told him until he gave it back to us, it wasn't valid. But I think he wanted me to say, put on there till the project is complete or something like that. And I'm like, no, then I have to keep track of everything. This puts it back on him that they have to reapply. Richmond. I need to find my agenda because I had other notes written on it. Well, this means. What did you have next, Braden?
Next one's the
Just
budget review.
budget review
Put my budget over under my desk on that thing.
and then ditch claims and pond and drainage permits.
Looks like
What is it? That little cabinet underneath my desk, it's sitting on top of it. While she's going after it, I guess you can do drainage. Let's just do that.
The permits and.
Yeah.
Claims,
You know, I could be so
This is the
organized when I come over here and then we just.
permits.
Can't find anything.
Well, and then there was a little bit of conflict today.
New home.
At least we didn't have any nude shots.
I'm curious as when the next person takes over, how he's been doing.
Porch and patio. New person.
Yeah, when I'm done.
She's got
That's not for a long time.
20 years.
Yeah,
20 years.
yeah.
I can't, oh, you're,
She'll be
I can't
80.
take, yeah. Over 80.
The
She's not Nancy Pelosi.
pole barn. Shed,
That's what I said. I'm
Elena
hoping with the
Portable.
ordinance, we can get some of that from
pole
us.
barn.
Most of this is reassessment pickup that's already been built.
Report
That must be there out of
and,
property.
Craig and Michelle are getting an in-ground pool and patio. And go swimming. Where they putting
Not
this
until
at?
next
Their
summer.
pond is, right,
Looks like a pretty nice one.
oh. Yeah, their pond is right here.
Wow, oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't wanna keep up with both of them.
This is Rodney Lynn's sister, Michelle.
Did you see, was there two folders down there?
The other one was vital. Industry.
You know, a lot of carports and pools.
I mean, this one might work, but it's got, man, I still have that, but it didn't like
I
it.
hate to be putting a pool in it this time.
Budget stuff.
Yeah, that's so
You guys
I
wanna
think
keep
this'll
going
work.
through them, or if you wanna make a motion, we can do it.
Yeah, I think this is just on the drainage board. Okay, good. Let's go.
Jeff, there's the end, so there's the folder.
Hold on.
Yeah, Taylor said he had so many days to lock his price in. And get his tile. So he called me one day and he said, hey, sooner you could, that's another reason why we triggered that you guys signing it. So
Yeah,
was him saying that.
I just can't,
That's why I don't like to do bids ahead of time because it's not fair to the contractors.
No. I know Matt thinks I'm lying about
no, you're not.
the next person that's the truth. I was paying 25% if I didn't take something because of what happened with COVID. So many people took orders and then couldn't
Yep.
and canceled, and that changed everything
Right.
in the market, everything.
No, and I can't
Is
get
there
over
any
how they
claims?
believe him. No claims.
All
This is
right,
budget. So
So I
when you
can-
make your motion on that, then I can,
I can just mark that right out. I'm ready. So yeah, once they make the motion for the permits, we'll be done with that.
we shouldn't even been going back to what he was bringing up. We should have just been doing, we based it on this and this. The findings and order said that.
This is what we're doing and you're done.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Goodbye.
like it repeated the last year.
well, he brought up
Here's
even
the thing,
different
I
stuff.
wanna do it the way it would normally be done, and then we're gonna show them that price. Cause that thing's gonna be about $40,000 to $50,000 higher. And that's what they just did. So,
Well, like I said,
there's gonna be
a
no
lot of that
fast tracking,
engineering,
there's gonna be all engineering, we're gonna keep it going the same way if you would do a normal
I
project.
won't be here in 5 years.
Well, this,
We might not either.
when
who
that,
knows?
when that head wall falls in 2 years, we'll be back in here. So,
Yeah.
and at that point, the project's we're gonna start from the beginning.
Yeah, and you don't wanna do anything with a new head wall or
And
do anything like
think
that.
Taylor's gonna bid it out at that same quote?
No.
Then,
won't
heck,
even-
no, they're gonna raise it because they're already ticked about the first
Mhm.
portion.
You might not want to bid on it.
Right,
Yeah,
I don't blame
exactly.
them. I
Be
would.
stuck with Canes.
Yep.
No, I think that's what he
but
wants.
to do all that work
Yeah.
and
He
then
wants-
not put in a new
that's
tile.
what we want.
At
They
100,000.
were the highest bid at 99,000.
Oh, that was good. He was gonna do it. You remember he quoted at the meeting, oh, he's
Yeah.
gonna do it for 70,000 and,
Even that still wouldn't have got it.
right? But these people aren't remembering. And things he was saying, I told, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
But
I will make a motion to accept or to,
Yep. For the drainage permit.
for the drainage permit.
how we do that,
Yeah.
favorable recommendation. to the
Favorable
Plan
recommendation.
Commission.
Favorable recommendation. I make a motion.
Has no adverse effect on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no adverse effect on the county regulated drains.
I got a motion and a
Second.
second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same.
Because the big
Motion
things that
carries.
really affect drainage and anything, those come to you, those go to the engineer. Those are the only things that should be coming to us. Budget,
See what my day looks like tomorrow, cause the mayor just said he got a couple of times open in the morning,
oh, gosh, you're getting right on that.
8 o'clock.
Who wants our money?
When you do the
You want to
budget,
tell
I
me
go
about
up front with them, but then I always had. Of course, Barry was the chairman, so then he would set up there with me. So if you wanna present it, you can,
Oh, for the budget?
yeah,
When is it? When's your guys'?
tomorrow.
Okay. As long as
You
it's
can do it
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I can do it tomorrow. I
If it
can't
was
do it.
Wednesday.
I said Wednesday I fly out, so I can't do
So
Wednesday.
tomorrow at 3:30, if
Okay.
if I'm
I'll sit up
remembering
there.
right.
Yeah.
And, but I want you to see what we've got, what you did. basically, you're doing the 2.5% increase for your wages. And you're being paid more than Huntington County, I found out, for drainage board. So they're gonna really jump on theirs now to increase it. We reduced. See how I word that, reduced by 600 and added to 11,205 drainage board stipend. Okay, that we had money in clerical. So we reduced one and added it as a stipend because Tanya's been added into drainage board minutes, which wasn't a part of her job to begin with. So she's accepted taking that on. So that was $600. So it's gonna be like $25 per meeting. So anytime she takes the minutes, then she gets $25 for that meeting. Yeah, that's a minus and a plus. So then contractual attorney. You guys decided you wanted to add an extra 1,000 in for the contractual attorney because of the things we got into with this, because I'm out of money right now for attorney. And printing increased for the purchase of drainage board envelopes. So we're gonna get, by the end of next year, with all these notices going out, I'm gonna need more envelopes, but I only increased it by $50. So I think we'll be okay with what we have already. So that's what we did, not a major change of anything. And you might want to see this too, because that code changes.
Yeah.
We can see all this tomorrow too. Again.
In my budget, we added in for the drone. As I mentioned, we went to meetings and they're talking about, I don't know, if she wants to say,
Yeah, so.
we're talking about, as part of the starting to fly their open ditches and stuff to check them out with drones. Being that we had that one open ditch, we got chased by dogs and things like that, and in my budget, and that's something if the drainage board ever wants to, what I'm gonna say, not help, but agree or whatever with the council. I did ask for money for clothing because I have purchased through the years Carhartts and boots and work shoes and all the extra clothing that we have to have. Rain's already ruined a pair of shoes and some clothes. So that's why I went ahead and added it, because I know the county highway gets 750.
Which is
I added 500.
crazy high. Feel like.
That's probably more than I spend the close of the year.
But then I, go back and think, we're not paying the laundry service for their uniforms. That's on them. That includes that 750. And a pair of work boots, jacket. That when you start getting to it, probably isn't a
The
lot.
thing is, you're getting that every year, which once you buy, that lasts a couple of years
Yeah.
now. Sometimes boots and shoes, like us, we're walking through the woods with thorn, I ran a thorn in
Yeah.
boots and,
I bought a pair of new boots every year.
yeah,
That's
so.
I was gonna say, a pair of boots out there on
Every
that
year.
hot asphalt.
Every year I
would
bought.
think that
I didn't care what they
probably-
looked like. It was new pair.
Yeah, and it's better for your feet to do that
Mhm.
too.
Yep.
But I just got tired of it,
I
of
don't
all the
blame you.
expense that I have in clothing and what he's gonna have to do,
Don't blame you at all.
so it's in there.
Now, it doesn't mean it'll stay in there, but that'll be the council's decision, but I agree with it. So,
I'm not opposed to that.
okay. Anything else to be brought forward, board?
Oh, yes, one more thing.
Okay.
Got a phone call from Joe Miller from Beginning Engineering. Basically, they're coming to me because I asked and gave him 5,000 for that ordinance review. And he feels like this is all the changes that they had for the ordinance. Well, right now, I know Jen and Brian are just going through it, trying to do it themselves, but we're on a contract with Banning. They still have some things to do, and they want to come in and do like a closeout meeting with the plan commission for what they've already done. Review with the plan commission, and then they're also, and it's up to them that they do this, but they're gonna offer to go ahead and rewrite the ordinance and make the changes. They would present that, but they're saying where they feel like they're at standstill and they need to keep moving. I don't know how long they're actually coming up with their own interpretation of things, and I'm not against them, not trying to say anything against them or anything like that. But I'm afraid the way it's going, it's gonna be drug out. And we're already having so many issues with the ordinance Right now, we're in one with Turflinger. And I do, things that I've looked at, there's a chance. Yeah,
He's right,
I don't wanna say if he's right, but it's a big
but it's,
interpretation
right,
of what open means.
he's done a lot of studying on this,
Yeah,
and
you could go either way, and what open means is your big thing right there. And I think it was Mike's interpretation what open meant. And do I see that anywhere in the ordinance? And I've looked at the different things, and I've worked with Amanda downstairs because she's on BZA. And I think you could look either way with it. But Joe wanted me to talk to basically you as commissioners, because you're gonna be making the final decision on this. So he wants to come, I think, to our next drainage board meeting, introduce himself. And maybe bring this up a little bit with you through that,
Okay.
to see what you guys think.
Yeah,
I guess
that's
you
fine.
guys could do a push then to planning commission on what you think.
Yeah, that worked.
Because I still have money in my 5,000 to pay a bill, and
Okay.
but I think it's gonna be like.
I would say have them come to the
50,000.
next meeting, unless we don't have a hearing on the next meeting, do we? Okay, yeah.
you mean 70,000
Yeah, I think. you
for
could-
them to rewrite our
Them
ordinance?
to rewrite it, changes, I know.
But
Yeah.
it needs
Maybe
done
more.
because
I'm
it
just-
is
maybe
a
more.
mess,
It's a mess.
and I don't know if that, yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
mess.
mess.
Yeah, have
There's
them
so
come
many
to the,
places with a misinterpretation like that one.
have them come to the meeting, the next one, especially if we don't have a lot on that
Okay.
agenda, and then we can go over it.
Okay,
Then-
and then he's got a couple of our reconstruction projects too, he might
Yeah.
run through it with us too.
Perfect.
And then we'll also have we'll have that information to Mark, so we can maybe make a ruling on.
Well, you're gonna have to invite them if you make a rule.
Yeah. I don't-
Right, but we can get our information
Yeah.
from Mark, so we can have discussions so that we can make our plans
Yes.
to the next, because
I don't know if we do the next.
think
we
we-
even have time to get them started on time if we go ahead with it.
Well,
Taylor,
I would tell you right now with what Matt says, that field's gonna be the last one he shells.
oh, yeah,
Correct.
And did you
November will be the
Wait.
first part.
close your meeting? We need to close the meeting out.
okay,
Yeah,
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
motion is second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. We're adjourned. Uh-huh. Do we have council tonight?
Mm-mm.
Okay.